New day, new me, new us. Let's get after it today. I feel tighter, feel leaner for sure, but let's see what this little scale has to say today. $281.8 today, so we're on the downward slope. You thought I'd forget? Cheers. Houston, we have a problem. Now, this meal looks really good. We have a Dave's Killer Bagel, half, with some cream cheese, 4 chicken wieners, honey, salt, 4 eggs, banana. All right, here's the problem. I logged this meal into MyFitnessPal. I weighed everything out. And we're looking at 761 calories for this meal. The issue is not, all right, I have 48 grams of protein, which is good. 55 grams of carbs, which is good. And then 38 grams of fat, which is pretty high because I set my goal for 53, as I'll show you later in this video, how I set my macros and my calories and how you can do the same if you're looking to get into that. My fat goal for the day is set at 53, and I'm already like literally 3/4, 4/5 of the way there. So that's gonna need to be tweaked. Today I walked on the treadmill at 3 speed and 5 incline while I tried to figure out how to edit audio. My heart rate showed I was at 122. I checked the treadmill and it also gave me a similar reading. So I'm in that zone 2 cardio and I ended up burning like 500, 600 calories. Then I did just a little accessory work on the shoulders to try and build out those boulder shoulders, did some lateral raises, and then I did some triceps. Excuse my face and the burning, but I just wanted to add in a little bit of arms and a little bit of shoulders to cap this beautiful day off. I also did some biceps with some incline seated supinated curls with the dumbbells, 3 sets on everything. I ended up burning like 800 calories, a little hour work. All right, first off, food scale is absolutely necessary to be 100% accurate. I'm from this little state on the East Coast called Maryland. And Maryland is kind of famous for blue crabs, but also Old Bay seasoning. Old Bay is great for seafood, obviously, but I love putting this thing on chicken as well and just tossing it in the air fryer. I like to use this avocado oil spray. Now, something that you'll notice on the back of this bottle, it says 0 calories, but there's 1,500 servings. So it's really just, there is calories in it. I don't really track them, although I probably should, but it's just hard because 1/4 a second spray is a serving. So this does add up, but you just want to do a couple spritz on the chicken, and this just helps like keep the outside of the chicken from getting burned while maximizing the in cook. And then I'll just toss this in the air fryer on 400 for 10 minutes, then flip it and do another 8 minutes on 400. And it comes out perfect every single time, and it's pretty much low maintenance. For carbs, I'm doing about 6 ounces of jasmine white rice. Rice heated up, and we just take the chicken finger and chop it into the bowl and see how much protein we have. I hope I'm not the first one to tell you this, but don't drink tap water. There's fluoride in it because fluoride is directly linked to a lower IQ level. So drink smart water, and smart water is just filtered water. Don't be dumb. Guys, over here. So this meal is 6 ounces of jasmine rice and 10 ounces of cooked chicken breast, which is 48 grams of carbs and 92 grams of protein. So let's figure out how to get your own macros and calories if you'd like to. It'll be quick. All right, we're gonna hop over to your favorite search engine of choice. I'm gonna go with Monopoly Google and just type in calorie calculator. So on there, it looks pretty simple. I am 29 years young. I am 6 feet 4 inches. You can go to other metrics. I see I have some international viewers, followers, supporters. I love you guys. I love seeing where you're from. So my current weight today was 281. I forget the decimal point, so we'll round down. And then, let's see, this is where we want to be the most honest, right? I am going to do an upper lower split. So I'm going to weightlift 4 days a week, and then I'm going to do cardio, a little bit of cardio every day, but 2 of those days that I'm not lifting, I'm going to do, full on out cardio. Like today I did 45 minutes of cardio and then just some light lifting. So I'm going to actually go daily exercise or intense 3 to 4 times a week, because I am going to be daily exercising. And we just click calculate. Now, this is what it's cool, all right? So it's going to show if I want to keep my fat body, which I do not, I would need to eat this amount of calories. Mild weight loss, we're gonna go extreme weight loss, all right? Because 2 pounds per week, I actually need more than that. So I might even drop it a little bit lower, right? I might even go 2,400 and, just see what would happen. Biggest thing for us is we want to keep as much muscle as we have. And so how we do that is, lifting weights heavy and making sure that our body is like, hey, can't lose this muscle because we need it to lift 3 to 4 days a week. And also how we recover and teach our body even more that we don't want to lose the weight. We eat our target body weight in grams of protein. So if you have MyFitnessPal, let's pull it up right now. All right, so I'm on MyFitnessPal. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to more, the bottom, and we're gonna go to goals. You click on calorie, carbs, protein, and fat goals. Now it'll automatically set this for you, but you can just go in, and like I said, I went to that website and it said 2,600, blah, blah, blah. I'm putting it down to 2,400 just to see, what breaks. Here's the key thing though. So these percentages have to add up to 100%, obviously. But we want the protein, see, my goal is 220, right? So I'm gonna go, that's weird. Okay, but I want to make sure that I am hitting a certain amount of protein. So I'm gonna go 40% protein, and then fats, you want at least 20% of fats because they're kind of vital for your body. So I'm gonna go 25% fat, I'm gonna go 20% fats. I don't know, let's see what number. So this is going to be 65, so that would mean that we have 35 over here. So 210 carbs, so maybe we go and see if this works, right? And so this is set, and then if we go back to our diary, click on calories remaining, it already has our goals set, right? So it sees that in two meals today, I'm at 141 out of 240 protein, 119 out of 210 carbs, and then 48 out of 67 for fats. And this is just one of the easiest ways. You could also do this on paper if you want, but it's just easy with MyFitnessPal. It's free and it's an easy way to track. And as soon as you put in something once, it's just so easy to click add food, and you have a history right here. There's a barcode scan if you want to sell your soul and pay money for it. I don't use the free version, but it's just an easy way where every day you can kind of log this stuff, and it has stuff in restaurants. If you're eating out at McDonald's, you better not be, because we're locking in. But healthy places, anything like that, so it's a great tool to have. So I hope this helps you guys. This is what I'm going to be using. And let me be so real with you right now. If you think the desert is dry, you should eat this chicken and rice. The texture is just kind of like, swallowing sand. Whatever, I'm hitting the macros. Sometimes they get that dog out of you. You got to eat dog food. And it's just about the goals. All right, it's just about the goals. We'll worry about the taste as the time goes on. Now, in terms of hydration, another key thing. The saying goes that you take half your body weight, so I'm 280, so that would be 140 pounds, and that's how many ounces I should be drinking of water every single day, which is about a gallon. And then for every hour workout, I think you add another 30 ounces, which would be like 170. So I don't know, a gallon and a couple glasses. What are you looking at? Men's multivitamin. Whoops. Mm. It's crazy being a kid and I couldn't take one pill, and now I just take all these pills and can throw them in my mouth. But sometimes they get like stuck to the inside of my mouth or something, and it's just like hard to swallow. So I have to constantly throw it forward and then throw it back, and then throw it forward and throw it back until I get the perfect landing spot where I can toss it down the gullet. I'm not trying to be annoying, but last thing before I sign off for today, guys. Two things else that I use for sleep are these little nose strips. I use the ones called Breathe Right, and they just basically go on your nose like a Band-Aid, and it just helps me breathe better through my nose. Apparently nasal breathing is the ideal way to sleep. I definitely have noticed that my sleep scores improve when I use it. And then the other thing is light, so I use an eye mask, and it's dry as hell in the desert, so I have a humidifier right next to my bed that I just fill up with water, and that helps just de-desert my face. I appreciate all of you, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Have a good night's sleep. Peace.